Good morning, Quadcopter 101 here. What I got for you today is a new quadcopter, a new Nano quad that's come out recently. It's the HJ993 Nano quad. Now if you look at it, it looks very similar to the Cheerson CX10, but it flies very differently. Where the Cheerson CX10 is extremely maneuverable quadcopter, it's been described as twitchy to beginners. This one is intended, the CX10 is more primarily quadcopter that most intermediate and advanced flyers would like because of the twitchiness and the extreme maneuverability of it. This one is more intended for beginners. It's a much more docile flyer, much more easier for beginners to fly without bumping into objects and bumping into the ceiling and crashing a lot. That's why I'm going to demonstrate its flying ability here shortly. One thing that's very different between this and the Cheerson CX10 and other Nano quadcopters is its charger port. This is something I really like to see on this new quadcopter. Other Nano quadcopters have charger ports that you can actually accidentally insert upside down and possibly bend the charging pins. This one here has no top and bottom. It's just a round circular charging port. Very easy to insert the plug. It's very hard to mess this one up, so I like that. That's a good feature on this quadcopter. But let's go into the flight of the HJ993. Quick description of its controls before I do is this is the control. It looks just like many other Nano quadcopter controls. The features are, this is a Mode 2 controller that I got, which means the throttle and the yaw is on the left stick, and the pitch and the roll is on the right stick. It also has trim buttons for pitch and also for roll. And the left stick, if you press into it, you can change from beginner mode to intermediate mode to expert mode by the third push. Each time you press that, you hear 1 beep, 2 beep, 3 beep, indicating low, medium, or high. And the right button is used for selecting flips. You press it once, you hear, I believe it's a double beep, telling you you're in flip mode, and to flip it, you just push the stick in any direction you'd like to flip. Let's go into flight. I'm going to turn on the quadcopter. It has an on-off switch. Place it on a level surface. Okay, its lights are slow flashing, indicating that the gyros have been initialized. Now let's bind it to the quadcopter. Up and down. Now, let's walk out into the field. As with all 6-axis quadcopters, which this is, they should all be able to be launched by a simple hand toss. Let's do that. And there we go. Now, let's see what I mean by a docile flyer. This is beginner mode. And that's the yaw rate in beginner mode. I'm at full yaw right now. But see, it's much more docile. You ain't going to be bouncing in the ceilings like with the CX10 with this quadcopter. Very nice, stable flyer. Excellent for beginners to learn on. CX10. Or no, not CX10. HJ993. So with this one, it's perfect for learning hovering. Perfect for learning the first steps of translational flight. Okay, let's press it one time and go into intermediate mode. This is the yaw rate in intermediate mode. It's not much faster than in beginner mode, but still, very docile flyer, very easy to hover, as compared to the CX10, which is in no way as easy to fly as this one. But the CX10, again, if you're an advanced pilot or an intermediate pilot, you enjoy that high maneuverability. But if you're a beginner pilot, you want something not that twitchy, like this. Okay, now let's go to advanced. This is the yaw rate in advanced, a little bit better, but not extreme. Okay, let's try bank turns. Which way am I pointed? Even the 101 has problems there with orientation sometimes. Can this do... Yes, it can do funnels. That was the question I was going to ask. This is the funnels it does. Not extreme, you know, because the yaw rate's not extreme on this quadcopter. It's not intended. Again, this one is intended for beginner flyers. Not anywhere near as maneuverable as a CX-10, but not as twitchy as a CX-10. So beginners won't have a problem with this one. They should be able to fly this one easily. So it is a good quadcopter, HJ993. I want to fly this until the battery dies. Let's bring it up close so you can all see it again. But see, you can hover this thing pretty easily. No twitching up and downs like you see with the CX-10. This one, nice and gentle and docile. Going back to beginner. Hands off flying. Hands off. Steve C, you still out there? You can't do this with the CX-10. I don't think you can do this with the CX-10. Nowhere near, it would not be that stable to let you do that. This one you can hover without too much adjustment, which makes this, again, a great quadcopter for beginners to learn to fly. Okay, there goes my battery. Well, again, that was my first review of the HJ993. Nice docile flyer, perfect for beginners. This is the one you want if you're a beginner. You do not want this if you're intermediate or advanced. You'll get bored with it. But if you're a beginner, you're going to have enough challenge learning how to hover and learning the basics of flight. This is a good one to do it indoors or outdoors if you don't have wind like today. Okay, Quadcopter 101, I hope you enjoyed this. This is a review again, HJ993. Quadcopter 101 signing out.